What is the commonality between Thomas the Train Engine, King David, and Kalev ben Yefuneh? In last week's Parsha, in synagogues across the globe, we read the Torah portion of the spies. Now, superficially, it seems like a very tragic story. So why would this be one of my favorite stories in the entire Torah? Well, even though it's a very tragic story, one of the most tragic and horrible points in Jewish history, ultimately it leads to triumph, and we see the amazing achievements of the human spirit when he's a free spirit. You see, the nation of Israel was at the brink of entering the promised land. They thought within a day or two or three it was imminent. They were going to go into the promised land. God told them this is it. Moshe sent out the spies to scout out the land, to find out who the enemy was, what their weaknesses were, and where to attack. Well, they came back, they caused a panic and mass hysteria, and they instilled fear within the public, to the point where they didn't believe that they could defeat the enemy. They wanted to turn back to Egypt where they were slaves. It was at that moment when God told Moshe to tell the people they weren't going to enter the land after all. They made a serious mistake, and they were going to die off in the wilderness, and their children who grew up in the wilderness, they'd be the ones who would enter the promised land. What happened over here? I don't believe this was a punishment. God wasn't punishing the Jewish people. It was merely cause and effect. It was a consequence. God was telling them, you may have left Egypt, you may have left slavery, but you're still slaves in spirit. You might seem to be free men, but if you're not free in spirit, you're not going to be able to take on the stronger enemy. You see, Kalev and Yoshua were trying to encourage the nation and say, we can do it. I know that the enemies are stronger than us, they're bigger than us, they're fortified, but God told us we can do it. We got to do it. We have to do it. We believe in ourselves. We believe in the nation. We believe in God. And we could be victorious. But a nation that grew up in slavery and couldn't break free from the chains of slavery in their spirit, well, they couldn't go inside and fight because they wouldn't make it. You see, King David, he was a small man. He was nowhere as big as Goliath. But he knew that he had to defeat him. And so with some skill and some smarts and an ultimate belief in himself, he figured out a strategy to defeat the bigger enemy. The little engine, he wasn't the best engine. He wasn't made to be pulling stuck trains. But he said, I'm the man of the hour. No one else is helping out. I got to help out. He said, I think I can. I knew I could. It was that resolve and saying there's no looking back, we're going to do it, that ultimately got it done. Same with Kalev. They left Egypt. They're no longer slaves. We're now free men. We can do it. They're stronger than us, but God promised us we can do it. It's true that we need skills, we need talents, but if you don't believe in yourself and you don't think you can do something, it's not going to happen. How do underdogs win in sports, in wars, in entrepreneurs? How do they succeed? When you mix talent and skills and hard work with an ultimate belief in yourself and an ultimate resolve to get it done no matter what, that's where greatness comes as individuals and as a nation. So let's be the little engine, let's be the King Davids, let's be the Kalevs of the world. Have a good Shabbos.